Welcome to Home Farm. Today's video is a follow-up to our home sewage treatment plant video. After posting our first video about this home sewage treatment plant, we were contacted by the manufacturers regarding the content of our video. First and foremost, I would like to address the terminology we used in our first video. I would interchangeably refer to this as a septic tank or as a home sewage treatment plant. As explained to me by the guys at WTE, there is a very big difference between the two. Our system is a home sewage treatment plant, and the difference between this and a septic tank is that this one is aerobic. What that means is that we introduce oxygen into the system that helps the bacteria, and it also allows the bubbles to work their way through the respective chambers to help break up the contents inside the tank itself. As part of this follow-up video, we will be emptying this tank today. We have got the waste management company arriving shortly, and they will fully empty the contents of this tank. Before we show you that, we are going to open the lid once again and show you inside the tank. So if you're in any way squeamish, this would be a good time to look away. When the guys at WTE looked at our tank, they didn't think that it was in its perfect state. First and foremost, when they saw our vibro tank to the left, they didn't think that it was operating as well as it should be. The fact that we have toilet paper and kitchen towels hanging on it is an indicator that it's not working as well as it should. In addition to that, the final settlement compartment, the one to the right here, they said was looking too full, and generally, judging by the color, I guess, they didn't think that it was as healthy as it should be. So as part of this video, what we're going to be doing is we're going to have this tank cleaned by a professional waste removal company. They will empty both sides of the tank, both the water to the left and the buildup to the right. Once that's done, we're going to give the guys from WTE a call. They will guide us on how to balance this tank better by playing around with those red taps that we can see to the left. It has been 1 month since we've had this home sewage treatment plant emptied. During that time, we have spent an awful lot of time just trying to balance this tank properly in conjunction with the manufacturers. And the way to do that is you have these 4 taps here that basically regulate 4 different aspects of the blower, which is located right at the bottom of this tank. So the first tap is the one that regulates what they call the small bubbles. Those are the ones that are in the bio tank portion of this tank. So we can see all of those little bubbles that are emerging from the back. Those are the little bubbles that are basically aerating the biozone to encourage the bacteria to keep growing and to break things down. The second tap is turned off. That's for the FSR, which I'll explain shortly. Tap 3 is for that pipe there, the one that's throwing all that water out. Basically, that is in place to circulate the sludge that's forming at the bottom of the biozone, so it just keeps circulating that area. And tap 4 is for the vibro filter. As we can see, it's bubbling really well. The analogy from the manufacturers is that it has to resemble that of boiling water, which is due, so it's really vigorous. The reason that that is so important, and which the previous owners have not done, is that everything from the house emerges from that pipe and ends up in that vibro filter. So if you've got toilet paper, for example, that goes in there, those bubbles break down the fibers and allow those fibers to enter the biozone where they are further broken down. For the sludge settlement portion of the tank, we can see it's actually in pretty good condition, and that pipe that we're looking at there is regulated by tap number 2. So by having tap number 2 switched off, the actual pump itself switches over, and you can see when it's actually in operation that water enters through that pipe and it comes across here and it emerges out of that pipe that is located next to the current pipe that's throwing all that water out. Like I said, we've now been tampering with the settings on this home treatment plant for the past month, and I've got the lid completely off and there isn't any smell whatsoever coming out of this tank. In the past there used to be like an earthy, soily type smell. At the moment it literally smells of nothing. The biggest challenge that we're facing at the moment is obviously with the coronavirus. We are washing our hands with a lot of antibacterial soap. We have no other place but for that water from when we actually rinse our hands for it to end up in this tank here, which means because it is antibacterial, it is killing the bacteria in our tank. For us, somewhat fortuitously, we do live in the country, so we do have quite a lot of wildlife around, which includes rabbits. And we found a dead rabbit on our driveway about 3 weeks ago that we think was probably killed by a fox. It had been partially eaten. So we have thrown that into the biozone portion of the tank. And as that rabbit decomposes, that's what you can actually see floating around at the top. We hope that that is going to be creating bacteria that is going to be helping this tank continue to function properly. It has now been 2 months since this tank has been emptied, and we can see that it's still looking in really good condition. There is virtually no smell at all coming through there. If anything, it's a bit of an earthy smell. It's not offensive in any way. So I've got to say, I think that we have got our tank operating quite efficiently now. Both sides of the tank are looking very clean. So things are progressing well, so I feel that we've cracked it and that it's working well. So I hope that you found this video interesting and helpful. If you would like to receive more tips on maintaining your home sewage treatment plant, please visit our website at myhomefarm.co.uk. We provide an extensive list of things that we're doing to our tank to keep it as healthy as possible. We'll also provide a list of recommended cleaning and laundry products to help maintain your tank. So if you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button below and give us a thumbs up, and tune in for our next video. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. You can also follow us on Twitter or check out our website at myhomefarm.co.uk. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you have any suggestions for any other videos you would like to see, please leave a comment. We hope to see you on our next video.